Stop. Before you throw away another piece of clothing because someone told you it's too young for you, or not age appropriate, I need you to hear this. Somewhere along the way, a long list of rules got handed to women the moment they turned 60. Rules about hemlines. Rules about bright colors. Rules about certain necklines being reserved for younger women. And here's the part that might genuinely upset you once you realize it. Most of these rules were never written with your happiness in mind. They were written decades ago, often by people who had one goal, and that goal was to make older women fade quietly into the background the moment they hit a certain birthday. Today we are breaking 5 of the biggest ones one by one. Number 3 on this list is a rule that almost every single woman over 60 is still following right now without even realizing how outdated it actually is. And once you hear why it's wrong, I promise you, you will never look at your own closet the same way again. So stay with me all the way to the end because rule number 5 might be the most surprising thing on this entire list, and it's the one people message me about the most. Hi beautiful. If this is your very first time here, welcome. I am so glad you found us. And if you are one of my regulars, one of my loyal style sisters who comes back week after week to watch these videos with your coffee or your tea, thank you. You genuinely have no idea how much that means to me. Either way, you are exactly where you need to be right now. Because on this channel we talk about looking effortlessly put together, feeling confident in your own skin, and doing all of that without spending a fortune. There is no fluff here, no fake rules, no gatekeeping. Just real, honest conversations about real style for real women who happen to be over 60, and who are proud of every single year it took to get here. Before we dive into today's list, do me one small favor. If you have ever felt boxed in by so-called age-appropriate fashion advice, drop a quick comment below and tell me which rule you are most excited to finally break. I read every single comment and honestly, it helps me know exactly what to talk about in future videos. Alright, let's get into it. Rule number 1. Cover your arms after 60. Somewhere along the way, someone decided that arms had an expiration date. That once a woman crossed a certain age, sleeveless tops, sundresses, and anything that showed the upper arm were suddenly off the table. But let's really think about this for a second. Where did this rule even come from? It wasn't a rule handed down by stylists who understood color, fabric, and proportion. It was a cultural assumption, one that quietly told women their bodies became something to apologize for as they aged. Here is the truth nobody sat you down to tell you. Confidence does not come from hiding your body. It comes from how you carry yourself in whatever you choose to wear. Think about some of the most admired, most photographed women in their 60s, 70s, even 80s. Many of them wear sleeveless dresses to award shows, to galas, to everyday outings, and nobody blinks twice. Nobody thinks it looks inappropriate. If anything, it looks confident and intentional. What actually matters is never your arms. What matters is the fit of the garment and the fabric you choose to wear. A structured cotton top, a nice linen blend, or a dress with a clean, tailored cut will always look more elegant than a baggy long sleeve thrown on simply to cover up. Baggy fabric often ages a woman more than bare skin ever could, because it removes shape and structure from the outfit entirely. So if you love a sleeveless top, if you feel good in a sundress with thin straps, wear it with your head held high. Your arms did not stop belonging to you the moment you turned 60, and they certainly do not need permission to be seen. Rule number 2. Stick to neutral colors so you don't look like you're trying too hard. This one is sneaky because on the surface it almost sounds like good advice. Neutrals are safe. Neutrals are easy to pair. Neutrals photograph well. But somewhere along the way, that reasonable idea got twisted into something much more limiting, the belief that color itself is only for younger women, and that anyone older who wears something bold is somehow trying too hard. That belief simply is not true, and honestly it never was. Color has nothing to do with age. It has everything to do with undertone, contrast, and how a color sits against your particular skin and hair. A rich emerald green, a deep burgundy, a warm terracotta. Any of these can make a woman look more vibrant, more awake, and more alive than a head-to-toe beige outfit ever could. The real secret that professional stylists actually use is not about avoiding color. It is about understanding which shades complement your skin's undertone, whether that undertone is warm, cool, or neutral. Once you understand that one simple thing about yourself, color stops being intimidating and starts becoming your best friend. You stop reaching for beige because it feels safe, and you start reaching for the shade that actually makes people say you look wonderful today. What have you done differently? That is the power of understanding color instead of avoiding it out of fear. Rule number 3. Skip the trends, they're not for you. This is the one I promised you at the very beginning, the rule that almost every woman over 60 is still quietly following without realizing how outdated it truly is. Somewhere along the way, we were taught that fashion trends belong exclusively to 20-year-olds, and that any woman older than that who wears something trendy is trying to be young again. But here is the piece of this puzzle that gets left out constantly. Fashion trends are not age-locked. They never have been. A trend is simply an idea, a silhouette, a print, a texture, or a detail that is currently popular. And ideas can be adapted to fit absolutely anyone, at any age, in any body. You do not have to copy a trend exactly the way it is styled on a 22-year-old model in a magazine spread. What you do instead is take the underlying idea, whether that is an oversized blazer, a certain kind of print, or a specific fabric texture, and you translate it into something that fits your own comfort, your own proportions, and your own personal style. That is not trying to be young. That is something stylists call style intelligence, and it is a skill that a lot of younger women are still trying to figure out for themselves. You already have the life experience to know what works on your body. All you need is permission to apply that wisdom to something modern instead of something outdated. Okay, quick pause here for a second. If this video is opening your eyes even a little bit, do me a favor and hit that like button right now before you keep watching. It genuinely helps this video reach more women just like you. Women who are tired of outdated advice dressed up as tradition. And if you have not already subscribed, go ahead and do that now, and turn on notifications while you're at it, because every single week we are breaking down another myth that has been quietly limiting your wardrobe without you even realizing it. Alright, let's keep going because the next rule might be the one you have believed the longest out of everything on this list. Rule number 4. Avoid anything fitted, go looser as you get older. This might honestly be the most damaging rule on this entire list because it does not just affect how you look. It affects how you feel every single time you get dressed. For years, loose, shapeless clothing was marketed to older women as comfortable and appropriate, as though comfort and shapelessness were somehow the same thing. They are not, and they never have been. You can be completely comfortable in something that actually has structure and follows your natural shape. A well-made dress with a defined waist can feel just as easy to move in as a shapeless tent. The only difference is one of them shows intention, and the other one hides you. In fact, well-fitted clothing often looks more put together and more elegant than something oversized, simply because fit communicates that you chose this outfit on purpose. It says I picked this because it works for my body, rather than I'm hiding underneath this because I don't want to be seen. The goal here is never tight or restrictive. Nobody is asking you to squeeze into something uncomfortable. The goal is a garment that schemes your body instead of swallowing it whole. There is an enormous difference between a fitted piece that moves with you and a tight piece that fights against you. And once you learn to spot that difference while shopping, you will never want to go back to shapeless again. Rule number 5. Simplify your accessories. Less is more after 60. And here we are, the rule I told you might surprise you the most, and it truly might. For years, women were quietly told that as they aged, they should tone down their jewelry, their scarves, their bags, anything that might draw attention toward them instead of away from them. Less is more, they said, as if drawing the eye was suddenly something to be embarrassed about. But accessories are actually one of the easiest and most affordable ways to completely update an outfit without buying a single new piece of clothing. A statement necklace can turn a plain t-shirt into something that looks styled and thought through. A colorful scarf tied a certain way can transform last year's coat into something that feels brand new. Even a bold pair of earrings, the kind you might have hesitated to wear, can completely shift the energy of a simple outfit and make it look intentional and current. The idea that simplicity automatically equals elegance at a certain age is honestly one of the biggest myths on this entire list, because true elegance has never actually been about disappearing quietly into the background. It has always been about confidence, about wearing what makes you feel like yourself, about choosing pieces because you love them, not because they are quiet enough to go unnoticed. So the next time you reach for that bold accessory and hesitate, remember this moment and put it on anyway. So there you have it, 5 outdated rules that have quietly been shaping your wardrobe choices for years. Rules that were honestly never about you at all. They were about outdated expectations that had nothing to do with your actual style, your actual body, or your actual confidence. The truth is, style after 60 was never about following someone else's list of rules. It has always been about understanding yourself well enough to break the rules that no longer serve who you are today. If this video helped you see your own closet a little differently, let me know down in the comments which rule surprised you the most, or which one you are most excited to break first. I read every single comment, and I genuinely love hearing your stories. If you are new here, welcome to the family, and if you enjoyed this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you do not miss what is coming next. And if you have been here a while already, thank you for sticking around. You are the reason this channel exists in the first place. Until next time, keep being timeless.